Hey, day 43. Day 43. Hey, what are you doing today? I can't lie to myself. That's it. I can't lie to myself. I have to come to that realization. I have to admit that to myself. There's no way to avoid it. If I'm doing something that I know is incorrect, if I'm doing something that I know is keeping me from moving forward, I can't lie to myself about it. I can't ignore it. If it's not the correct piece to the path, it's going to be a problem. It's going to cause me from reaching that goal. It's going to cause the progress forward to slow down or even fall apart. If I see a weakness, I have to acknowledge it. And that's what I'm doing. I can't lie to myself. That comes to me on day 43. I've kind of looked over all my my daily steps over the last 42 days, and for the most part, I'm keeping myself on a path that's pretty strict, it's pretty straight and narrow, and my energy's good and my focus is good. And then I fall back in this one bad habit, this one bad routine, and that creates a bad day. That creates it's a part of my old way of thinking. It's a part of my old way of living, and every time I fall back into it, it brings that element back in. And a big part of what I'm doing is trying to change habits, change patterns, change thought processes, change beliefs. And this one bad habit that I have that I don't want to let go keeps bringing back that old part of my life, that old way of living, and it keeps deteriorating. It takes away from my willpower, changes my motivation, changes my overall feelings on the goal. And what it comes down to is I can't lie to myself. I have to accept that there is no lying to me, from me to me. I'll always know when I'm lying. I'll always know when I'm taking a shortcut. I'll always know when I'm doing something that is negative towards the process, and I have to make that change. I have to break that habit. I have to get out of that ritual, that cycle. That's what it really comes down to. I bring this up because it's kind of I was looking forward to this weigh-in. I'm seeing that gradual progress. Every Wednesday now, I do my weigh-in, kind of see where I'm at. I've made goals, and I made strides in the distance and the endurance and the running that I'm doing. My money has been affected by this bad habit that keeps popping up. This going back to the other side of my life. Every time that comes up, it keeps me from the motivation of making money. So, because of that, I'm probably not gonna. Because of that, I'm not on pace to hit the monetary goal I set up for myself this month. Also, the weight goal. As I fall into kind of the regress to the old me, then I kind of lose touch with how I'm eating or what I'm eating. I give myself kind of the freedom to enjoy food for the sake of food, not for the sake of health or the sake of energy or the sake of well-being, but for the flavor, not the feeling either, because I feel awful after I eat poorly now. However, I lose a certain willpower, to give myself that freedom to do that, and that affects my overall weight goal. Today I got on the scale after another week, and I'm right where I was, 217. However, that's because big part of it's because I binged eat yesterday. Had I not done that, I would, I know how my body works and my body fluctuates. I would probably be down to 214, 215, 213, somewhere in that range. However, because I took on 4 times as many calories in one day as I have been over the course of off and on over the last 40-some days, it makes a big impact on my body now. There's a lot of salt, I'm retaining the water, I'm retaining the weight, I'm retaining the pounds. So, next week should be a pretty considerable loss. But I just wanted to reflect on that. It all comes down to the fact that I was lying to myself about one little thing, and lying to myself about that one little thing had so much an impact on everything else. So so I have to accept that there might be like small little things that I would like to lie to myself about, try to get away, try to sneak from myself, that little piece of cake in the fridge or something silly like that, not really a diet thing, but just kind of give an example. I can't lie to myself, so I've that make that change. I've got to break that one habit, that one thing that I got. Make sure to rid that of my life. Get that out of my system and really step away from it. Was actually one of the initial small goals that I hadn't really spoken about too much on the very first day. It was a big motivation from the very first day. It was part of this habit, and I've got to make that point to break free. No, I can't lie to myself. See the negative impact that it's causing. I'm fully aware of that negative impact, and I'm fully, I just have to reverse that image that I have of that. I have to associate that with the pain and the negative that comes with that. Being a little bit relaxed in that habit. So that's it. I just wanted to make that clear. I can't lie to myself. It's not going to get me anywhere by doing it. It's not going to, I can't lie to myself. I can't lie to the ether. If I'm not fully focused, if I'm not 100%, if I'm not, completely devoted, and I try to sneak in a lie, and that lessens the power, the connection that I have to the ether. And I know that, I can feel that. I can, every time I've lied to myself, I feel that connection, breaking down. So just want to get that out. Say, I can't lie to myself. That's it. So thanks for stopping in. Hey, what are you doing today?